provide the feedback, right? Of what.
Yeah, I would like to try it because I wrote down everything. I followed Addie's steps, and I did go in. I noticed that the version on the on your laptop is different from the version on your phone. So I did it on my phone, which is, on point with what Addie does. Um, but like you said, you simplified everything to make sure that you don't miss. And I would like to see it. Raleigh, I checked the messenger, but I didn't see it in there. Probably so
Oh,
far, but there's so
w-
much things that you
okay.
sent.
We will resend it.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I interrupt with this quick update here? I'm starting the recording as you're getting in. We're talking about step-by-step process on how to put yourself in a system where you can make money. Those of you out there who don't know anything, allow me to introduce the people who don't know anything also, but are doing great things because we're learning together. Hortense came here not knowing much about money or anything about finance, but she's learned a great deal step by step. Vince has created a manual to help all of us, this community that we're building here, because we have big goals, big dreams. We have a great team to help you, support you. I'm Arif Gilany. For the next 30 days, we will be available in this meeting room. So the steps to the success are these. Number one, download meeting room. This is our own room. You can come here, you can bring your people, you can train them here. Number two, download Brave browser. Brave browser is a browser that will replace your Google search, your Netscape, all of that. Number three, get VPN. Is that correct, friends?
That's my understanding. Yeah.
Yes,
But
yes.
but maybe Drew, explain to, I don't know if everyone understands why we have to put this VPN and why Brave. People might ask
Okay.
why Brave and why not Safari or something else, Outlook, or you want
Very
to,
good question, Vince.
or I mean,
Very good question, Vince. This is what I asked. Let's say I asked Alf and I asked Cody, and the reason for that is Brave browser is the only browser that is encrypted end to end, meaning between you and your correspondent, the other side of the world, whoever you're communicating with, or the group that you're communicating with. Nobody else can monitor it. For example, Rogers Communications, or let's say the government, or anything like that. That is why it's a safe place for global communication. And cryptocurrency, as we see in the news today, it's taken a ride across the world. Multiple countries have opened up banks in digital currency. I can see the future having the crypto banks all across Toronto. Right now, they're machines, they're little machines in corner stores that you see them. But soon, this exchange with Aurum will be able to give us the opportunity to offer this across US and Canada. Our goal is 5 million by 2030, and we're well on our way because we are building right now. We're learning how the system works, and once we have stories, now this is my own personal story. Now we're building another 7, 10, 12 stories by end of the week, if you will. And those stories will be told across to other people, because the first people I bring is my friends and family. Vince Lou is like my brother from another mother. We look different, but he's been with me for 20 years all across the world. We've gone on trips, we've gone on resorts, we've done fun, we've gone down street, Young Street, all music down, and top down, we go down Young Street. That's what we did. We're here to discover if you can make money together. And we're inviting all of our community, these people who followed us on social media for 20 years. We never did business together. This is your chance to get in. Hortense, you want to tell us what you do right now and how you started here? Tell us your journey, and then Vince and then Raleigh can tell you your journey. How long you've been here in this community? I've been here 35 days. I put $130 because I sold some socks. I didn't have a digital wallet. The gentleman, created some cryptocurrency. He says I pay with cryptocurrency. He put it in my account, and now I can show you right now here that $100 has grown to what account. And the reason I started with $100, now I'm planning to fund it more. But this will eliminate, if I started with 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, that would eliminate 40 percent of what, 40 million Canadians. Only maybe 1.5 million rich people in Canada could afford that. By starting with $130 strategically, we are able to directly talk to the average and ordinary people, from truck drivers to nurses to doctors, and tell them this story, because this is going to grow. This account that I'm sharing with you right now, after I share my account, I'm going to ask the people who are here to share their story and their experience with this incredible opportunity. So allow here, and I'm here in the dashboard. Once you create your account through Brave browser, through VPN, then you get this access to this community. And if I go to the XI bot, which is the favorite and basically product here, there's several. As of today, ladies and gentlemen, here, 11th of August, 2025, $130 was deposited. As of today, that is $466. If you do the math, divide, divide these numbers, divide 466 by 130, you're going to see that's over 360% return on my money, on my effort for one single month. Hortense, what's your experience, my friend? Are you here? Raleigh, Vince, Kitchen, it's your turn to show your experience, because it's not about me, it's really about you guys. And you came here and you trusted me and you learned, and now you have your own story to tell. Raleigh?
Yes. Vince was here. We were talking to Vince. You still around?
Yeah, I'm still
Okay.
here.
I'd love for to learn more a little bit about you, your personal experience. What was the challenge and how do you overcome it, and how are you enjoying a room opportunity?
Well, like Arif mentioned, I've known for a long time, and I know he's extremely busy. He has a company, he's an entrepreneur, he's a speaker, and I just reached out to him, I think, 2 weeks ago, and I was surprised to even get him on the phone, but I guess he called me back, and I asked him, well, what's happening? Like, how can we start making money or whatever? And then he mentioned this opportunity.
Okay.
I was on September 2nd, I guess, and then he said, "Okay, listen in on the there's a meeting presentation at 3 o'clock, whatever that day." So I got on,
Yes.
sent me a link, and I listened. And to be honest, Raleigh, I lost that just flew over my head, right? Because I don't know anything about crypto. I mean, I heard of it, but I don't really understand it. I don't do trading. Right,
Okay.
he's talking about Visa cards and all that. So a lot of it just flew over my head, right? And showing like 15% rate of return every month, or like ridiculous, right? Profits, right? So I said, okay. So I heard that the meetings go Monday to Thursday. So next day I went
Okay.
in again. I sat in on
Mm.
a 3 o'clock one, picked up a bit more, and then I said, okay, let me try this, because I mean, what's the worst that can happen if I put $100 in there, right, and see what happens? Like, so I called Arif on the next day, and I said, okay, how do I set it up? Arif, what do I do? Like, how do I join? And then next thing you know, Alf is on the line. I have no idea who Alf is, and I didn't even know he's like driving through France or something. Or so then Arif had to go, so I'm on the phone with Alf alone, and he's driving through, like I said, crossing different countries. He's doing his best from memory. He's just telling me, okay, you got to get Brave, you got VPN, and I said, what's a VPN? How do you download? Oh, go to your store, and I took a screenshot. Is this the right one? Because in the store, there's a whole bunch of VPNs. I got to make
Right.
sure that. And he said, you got to get, because once we start going to VPN, now you got to. He said, okay, you need the Google Authenticator, because it's got to prove you're the person, right? It's not a.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure you're the right person that they're talking. So I went download Google Authenticator, and he said, "Okay, is this the right one?" I said, "Yeah, it's the one with the three different color stripes, like an asterisk, but different." Okay, I got the right
Okay.
one.
Right.
So he's guiding all this stuff. So I downloaded everything, and then after I got all that done, then I got stuck, right? Because I'm in Orem, and then I said, okay, so how do I get money into Orem? And then he said, okay, you're gonna need this crypto app or something. But then I don't know. You're gonna have to. I'm not sure how to. He seemed like he couldn't guide me further, or
Okay.
that, or he crossed into another country and it was bad reception and he had to go. And then he connected me on to Hattie.
Okay.
And that
Heidi,
was the
right?
next day. So next day, first thing in the morning, I contact Hattie, and then he guiding me, and he's sending all sorts of videos as we're talking. I said, okay, how do you get money
Wonderful.
into Newton? He said you can
Heidi,
use
a wonderful.
Coinbase or Newton, and then he says use Newton, and then he said, okay, let me do a video from how to transfer your bank to Newton. He's just doing a video as we speak or something. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
he had me all set up, and then I downloaded Newton, got money from my bank to Newton, and then from Newton to Aurum, and after that, I don't know if Hattie helped me make that first purchase, or I might have just gone in myself, Raleigh, to be honest, because I don't think it's that complicated.
Nice.
I think
Okay.
he just says hit purchase or something, or
Create account or create deposit. That's what it
yeah,
says.
yeah, create deposit, right? And then you
I've
just
looked at it so much I can memorize it now.
yeah,
Every
yeah.
documentation.
But it's not super complicated, right, Arif? You just kind of can figure out either put whatever 100, whatever your
So
maximum
this
amount.
So up to this point, this would happen until you created your account and then you deposit money. Then you want to deposit the first 19.99 will go to the rent for this robot, which is less than a membership of the gym that you go to, Vince. Less than anything that we go to 4 coffees at McDonald's. That's it. That's that. Let's put that to the rest. That's not an issue. Shouldn't be issue for anybody. For a year, 19.99. Come on. Next, the rest of the money you deposit, it will go right to the robot and it will start working. So it's been working for a week for you, has it?
Yeah, it's 11 days.
Is there been any positive deposits yet?
Okay, so I put in 1,010 in increments, guys, because I didn't put it first the entire amount in because remember when you're transferring from Orem to Newton, there's that address thing, right? And I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to know
yeah,
what
it
address.
expires.
Yeah, so I didn't want to just in case. What if I screw that up with the address and I lose 1,000? So guess what, guys? I put okay. Let me put 200. Just a
So that's the
go.
best practice. Those who watch the video here after, start with a small amount that you're comfortable,
Yes.
maybe with a
Get
hundred bucks,
correct. Get familiar
$100
with the
for the
steps. Get familiar with all the steps of doing it. Oh, okay. And then you do it again. Put another 500. Again, you now you're because you're learning as you're doing it every time. So if I
Mm-hmm.
did 3 times, now I'm familiar. Okay, yeah, I know what to do. I could probably don't even have to read the instructions anymore. I know what to
Nice.
do, right? So then eventually, so the total amount was $1,010. So now the total is 1,049 in 11 days. So I guess 39. That was a profit, $39.
You tell me if there's any account in any bank anywhere in the world on autopilot would make $39 in 1 week on $1,000. Is there any accounts that you're aware of?
No, no, I'm
Okay, so
not.
so here the
Well,
proof is the pudding in the pudding, and people need to test it like Vince to try it, like Hortons, like Raleigh, like IDAR, which is a big networker. The reason we, Raleigh and I, got it quicker is because we were in financial services. We knew how compound interest work. It now it's in compounding. The money that you put in layers, now it's going to start putting that $39 going to be on top of it. Every day is going to be adding up, adding up, adding up, adding up, and it's going to get bigger and bigger stack. That's all. That's the compound with money. Now the other side is compound with people, which is what we're doing here, which is incredible, which I have a gift for. I have probably been in so many network marketing companies that none of them actually resonated with me as much as this Aurum does, because I was in Primerica, I was in top of the line, made hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and that I left because it wasn't just. I just felt like this was my time to go. I started the Camel Company, which we love. Everybody in the Aurum is gonna wear these socks, so we are different people walking on different steps. And I'm introducing them to the CEO, packages for the company, the whole thing. I'm gonna go right to the top, and the reason for all of this in such success, such a short period of time, is because of trust. The trust we built up with Vince, with Raleigh. with Hortense in short period of time, with Ida in exactly 1 day. Yesterday she came, we gave her a short presentation. Today she came back and she says, I'm ready to go. I'm talking to my family. I'm going to find out exactly a round number. Right now, maybe she came back. She says, I'm going to exactly copy you. 130 I'm going to put in there to see how it's going to grow. I said, you follow the steps that I showed you. It's going to be exactly the same amount. And then you can add more and more to grow it. Because if you start with 10,000, it's a little bit different than you start with $130. The reason we start with $130,000 is because 40 million Canadians cannot afford that much in disposable income on a weekly basis just to put away. So if they cannot afford it, we have to bring it down. We made it available Wall Street to Main Street, folks. That's what happens. Raleigh, want to add anything? We're 15 minutes. We like to keep them short than 20 minutes.
Well, what I'd like to say is, disclaimer first, we are not financial advisors. We are not giving you financial advice. However, we are sharing years of our experience with the financial knowledge we learned, and we were doing it as our profession before. But this is totally different things. Um, Again, another disclaimer: don't let the big interest rate of return mislead you, because earning high return is not easy. But because we have AI robot doing the buying and selling, buy low, sell high 24/7 in fractions of minutes, fractions of seconds, and this is the reason it's generating daily profit. It is that simple. We have a machine that is doing a better job than any human can buy and sell on the marketplace. So thank you, Arif.
My pleasure. Hortense, you want to unmute and add anything, my dear, here?
Well,
Okay. Tumawag kami
hi,
kanina.
yes, yes, Arif. Yeah,
Please, we need to hear more ladies speak up, please.
yeah,
And if you like to unmute
okay,
and uncam, or
yes. I am
but you are listening.
multitasking. Sorry. Yeah, so I got into the group by Raleigh. Raleigh was the one who said to me, I'm going to need your help if it's possible to do. I need you to do some onboarding for me. And they will teach you how to do it. And I just need you to do that for me. So while I was doing this and I saw the video, I saw I saw the potential of the numbers, and I said, well, okay, I like these numbers. I like the concept, and I went in, and it was over 2 weeks ago, and put my hundred and some odd dollars in, and it's growing, and I know it will grow more and more. And I
Again, this.
type yes.
Thank you, Hortense, for being so hardworking. You just unlaid the story. Actually, I was actually thinking of hiring somebody like onboarding, but it's impossible for people to refuse this, even if you hire them on hourly basis. When they see what the robot is doing for us, they want to join us. So either we have to learn it ourselves or learn it ourselves. So I'm learning it myself, A to Z, everything, the whole Newton, all of this. I'm learning it myself, and I wanted to teach it to all the people who come to our team, because we're set to help 5 million consumers in US and Canada. We have multilingual support. We have 24 hours. We have only 7 days a week, and every single day of the week you can come like Vince, you can come like Hortons, you can come like Ida, you can get hooked here, and you can join us on the next conversation. Thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. We're just beginning to onboard Ida and put her robot to work. And Vince has already testified, Hortons and Raleigh, of course, he's a builder, he's a master. Thank you all for your time.
All right.
Thank
So